as you were talking about export basket diversification, goes without saying, it's critical for Bangladesh for us to achieve that and achieve that in a rather hurry. But wouldn't you say one of the key areas that Bangladesh ought to concentrate on is the trade agreements, facilitations with different countries and different regions, with the EU, with Britain, with America? As we lose our LDC status, many of these things have to be relooked at. I'm sure the government is looking at it, but don't you think that's a very important area?
As we lose our tariffs and privileges, it is very important. But as you know, that Bangladesh is already working for SEPA with India. Bhutan's FTA is done. Again, Nepal is en route. Sri Lanka is being talked about. Already negotiations are on. Post-Brexit FTAs are being proposed, but at the end of the day, we are asking for certain. In fact, I had an event with British investors along with the British High Commission in Bangladesh. And we talked about that until there is an FTA, there needs to be certain privileges and facilities from these individual governments to help Bangladesh face those challenges. Of course, free trade agreement, PTA, FTA, and then RTA, there is so many. These are very important, but sometimes these agreements, you have to also check the cost of these agreements. And sometimes the regional agreements, it's very difficult because you're not only agreeing to one country, you have to agree with all other countries, and all other countries have to be in agreement with you. So it's not that easy as 1, 2, 3.
Sure, absolutely.
The conversation with Sri Lanka has been happening for the last decade. So of course, we need to empower the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the commercial wings of the Ministry of Commerce in those diplomatic missions abroad. They need to be more effective, and they have to have communication with inclusion of the private sector. And as you said, the challenge is, when I talked about EODB, we need to be able to draft new laws and regulations to address the specific needs of the LDC graduation, which will eventually create a better and improved legal as well as a regulatory environment, because you're asking about what are the main opportunities. And then at the same time, if that happens, there will be creation of newer business opportunities and also increased entrepreneurial activities. So eventually, if you want to bring in these FDIs or create the domestic market or enhance the domestic market, I think, again, tax incentives locally, rationalization, ease of doing business, company formation, land registry reforms, and then VAT automation, tax automation, these are very important.